Today I decided to play Meccha Chameleon, and my goal is to hide so perfectly that no one can spot me or figure me out. Let's see if I can become a real chameleon. But before we start, make sure to subscribe to the channel, drop a like, and let's get into it. To start off, this map is absolutely perfect. It's packed with graffiti, which means you can actually hide really well here. But there's a huge problem. We only have 100 seconds, and that's seriously not enough, especially when this tiny stickman moves so slowly that every second feels like an eternity. Alright, now our goal is to blend in as perfectly as possible. Honestly, pulling this off here isn't even that hard. All we need to do is become a rainbow. I think it'll be pretty hard to spot us in this spot since it's not obvious at all. The only problem is we're running out of time and I'm already starting to fall behind. But just a couple more details and we'll be ready. Alright, this is pretty much what we ended up with. Yeah, it might not be perfect, and we probably could have made it a little better, but honestly, I think it turned out pretty good. And now for the most interesting part, let's see whether they can find us or not. Well, the first hunter has finally made his way into our area. He literally walks right past me and just keeps going. So far, he hasn't noticed us. Unfortunately, he does manage to find someone else, but our hiding spot is still safe. He keeps searching, finds another player, and once again walks right past me without suspecting a thing. But I'm not going to let him get away that easily. Let me call him over and see if he comes back. Yep, guys, he heard my whistle, and now there are two of them. Both are walking straight toward me, and they just walk right past me without noticing me at all. Did I really hide that well? They walk away again, but one of the players comes back and stops literally right next to me, carefully inspecting the pipe. The second player walks over to him. One of them is practically looking straight at me. I genuinely don't get it. Does he actually not see me, or is he just pretending? Because honestly, he should have spotted me by now, but nope, he looks and walks away. Very strange. One of the players comes back to me again and stands directly in front of me. He's paying attention to literally everything, except the rainbow. Guys, this is the most dangerous moment so far. He was literally standing under the rainbow and still didn't notice me. Can you even imagine that? This is insane. Oh, and by the way, I'm also the last one left on my team. Yeah, guys, I'm the only one left, and they still can't find me. There's already a whole squad of players gathered here trying to find me, and of course, I'm not making a single sound because right now that would be incredibly stupid. Another player is literally staring in my direction. He checks everything around him, everything he possibly can, but not me. This is honestly hilarious. And eventually they find me, yeah, but it was fun. Alright guys, we're in the next game now, and we need to find a hiding spot fast. Honestly, there aren't that many good spots here, although we still have a few options. The problem is, we barely have any time left. Only about a minute and a half, and that's catastrophically little. Alright guys, I've got a genuinely genius idea for a hiding spot. I'm going to crawl under the table and disguise myself as one of the dolls scattered around here. They actually look a lot like our stickman, so this could work perfectly. I think I can pull off a pretty convincing disguise. Let's try it and see how it goes. Honestly, drawing this doll isn't easy at all. First of all, it's not very comfortable to do in these conditions, and second, recreating the texture in such a short amount of time is going to be extremely difficult. But we're still going to try and do the best we can. There are a lot of details here, and each one needs at least a bit of work. I'm basically out of time already, but I'm still going to try and fully recreate this doll. Hopefully, while I'm doing this, nobody notices me. Well, that's how everything turned out in the end. Personally, I think it looks pretty interesting and overall actually pretty solid. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Hopefully they still won't find us. Yeah, guys, that was pretty intense, but we did end up getting found in the end. Oh well, at least we tried our best to hide well, and we weren't the first ones to get spotted. So that's already something. All right, let's head to the next location and find a new hiding spot. Oh, guys, you won't believe how lucky we got with this map. There's actually one spot here that I've wanted to hide in for a really long time, but I never really managed to get on this map before. I just need to remember exactly where it is. Give me a second. I'll figure it out and show you everything. You'll see for yourselves where I'm planning to hide. Yeah, guys, you guessed it right. I'm gonna hide on the school chalkboard. All right, let's get started. I think this is gonna be fun. I'll try to recreate the drawing, but I'm not sure how accurate it's going to be. Honestly, this spot feels almost perfect for hiding because the rough, uneven outlines of the drawing on the board kind of match our character. In theory, this could work really well. Yeah, I even decided to draw the little character too. I think that's kind of funny. Although, to be honest, I don't fully remember what was actually there anymore. I think it was either an elephant or a whale in that spot. But overall, it actually turned out pretty good. Yeah, really not bad at all. Guys, not much time has passed, and already the first hunter is standing right next to me, and he's looking at the board in a very suspicious way. This is extremely weird. All right, he's coming closer, and he's staring straight at me. Guys, he's looking right at me. That's it. I'm completely exposed. This is fatal. I'm actually spotted. Yeah, that's it. He definitely sees me. He's literally standing in front of me, looking at me, and he types in chat, "I will protect you." Guys, what? What is happening right now? He's protecting me? Seriously? I've never seen anything like this in this game. And then everything turns into total chaos. Someone nearby starts shooting in my direction. Looks like another player joined in, but our protector doesn't move an inch. He stands right in front of me and even changes his color to match mine, dark green, completely covering me. Guys, what kind of plot twist is this? Who would have ever expected this? But it gets even crazier. He starts shooting other players and literally doesn't let anyone get close to me. It turns into a full-on battle happening around me. And still, at some point, I ended up getting eliminated anyway. Alright guys, but honestly that was really funny and something completely new. I've never seen anything like that before, and honestly, this game has an absolutely top tier community. Alright guys, let's move on. The next map is already familiar to us. We've hidden here before, but there's another interesting spot here that I really want to try getting into. I'm about to show you everything, like you'll see exactly what I've got planned. I've got a genuinely brilliant idea. Hide right inside the graffiti and camouflage myself as part of it. I don't know if this is actually going to work, but it sounds way too interesting not to try. Basically, the only real option here is to lie down and blend into the environment as much as possible. I need to carefully match the overall style and colors, so I'm as hard to spot as I can be. All right, starting the paint over. I'll try to recreate the texture and the overall tone of the graffiti as closely as possible. By the way, it's not as easy as it looks. There are a lot of small details here, and I need to capture at least some of them. There's almost no time left, but I still need to try to do this carefully and hide in plain sight at the same time. Well, it looks like it actually worked, and honestly, it looks pretty good. I probably wouldn't have noticed it myself on the first try. What do you think? Will it work? Hopefully they don't find us too quickly. Alright guys, the hunter is coming. We need to stay focused. Let's see if he can figure us out or not. He's looking our way pretty carefully, and he walks right past. Doesn't seem to notice us, but now he turns back again and is literally staring straight at us. I can't tell, did he spot us or not? In the end, he just turns around and walks away. Looks like our camouflage is actually working. Honestly, even I can barely make myself out from a distance, even though I know exactly where I'm hiding. But wait, what? Did he actually notice us and just decide to wait it out? Ah man, I was almost convinced it worked perfectly. I thought this round was basically in the bag, but nope, we still got caught. Well guys, we're on a new map now, and we've never been here before. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of this map because there really aren't that many good hiding spots here, especially if you want to do more than just hide and actually blend in. Most people here usually hide behind random objects, but I decided to try something a little different. I'm going to camouflage myself as part of this sign and literally become a piece of it. It's definitely a risky idea since I might still be visible from the side, but it's absolutely worth trying. Let's see how this turns out. If I don't get found first, that's already a small win. Overall, blending in here isn't actually that hard. The main thing is getting the lower part right, so we're completely hidden. Now, all that's left to do is wait. Will they find us or not? And after about 2 or 3 minutes, the hunter finally starts wandering around near us. Hopefully he still won't find us. Although, honestly, this hiding spot wasn't that hard to notice. This map is definitely easier compared to some of the others. And yeah, we got found. But honestly, I'm not even surprised. I already knew this spot wasn't exactly the safest, and I can't really say I hid perfectly this time. Still, even with that, I think the result turned out pretty good. Camouflaging myself as part of the sign actually ended up looking pretty cool. Alright guys, the next map is the candy map. Honestly, I don't even know its official name, so to me it's just the candy map. Let's pick a spot. I think somewhere around here should work. This time I'm going to try blending in as a cake and make myself as hard to notice as possible. This time the challenge isn't just matching the right colors, I also need to recreate the texture of the cake itself. I'm not sure how effective that'll be, but it's definitely worth a try. Why not? In general, if you're hiding as a cake, the best way is to do it lying down and somewhere low to the ground, a spot where players usually just run past without even looking. That's actually one of the most reliable strategies I've figured out over time, but this time I picked a slightly different position. It's definitely riskier and easier to spot, but it'll give you a much better view of the camouflage itself. Alright, everything's ready, and honestly, from a distance, this looks really convincing. If I didn't already know I was hiding right here, I probably wouldn't even guess there was a player there. Well then, now all that's left is to wait for the hunters. Let's see whether they find us or not. Several hunters passed literally just a step away from me, but none of them noticed. I was already starting to believe this camouflage had actually worked perfectly. But at one point, one hunter came over, got a little too close, and finally spotted me. Well, it happens. We were just a bit unlucky this time, just like last time. Well guys, we're back on this map again. Last time we already hid here and tried camouflaging ourselves as a toy. Now we need to find a new spot because, honestly, there aren't that many options here, especially if we want to hide in a way that doesn't get us caught. Alright guys, while I was looking for a place to hide, quite a bit of time passed, but I finally settled on something. This time I want to disguise myself as another toy again, a penguin or maybe a duck. Honestly, I'm not even fully sure what it's supposed to be, so feel free to correct me in the comments. It's not as easy as it looks. Drawing this might be tricky, but the disguise itself looks really funny and interesting. Alright, let's try it. No harm in experimenting. I have no idea how long this is going to take, maybe forever, but still, let's give it a shot. And guys, while I'm doing this, drop a comment and let me know what you think about these kinds of videos. Do you actually enjoy this format, and should I keep making them? Also, a question for those who've been playing this game for a while and know all the tricks. Where are the best hiding spots here? I don't mean just hiding under objects, but actual good camouflage spots. I think this could be useful not just for me, but for other players too. I'll definitely read everything, and I might even try the most interesting ideas in future videos. Maybe I'll even shout some of you out. Alright, that's how it turned out. It looks kind of funny and a bit weird, but if you don't look too closely, it's not that noticeable. Let's see if they find us or not. The first hunter walks into the room, and right behind him, another one follows. They get really close, just a few steps away from me. I'm really hoping they don't notice me. One of them stops and just stares straight at me. That's it. I think I'm done. Alright, we're back on the candy map again. Honestly, there are tons of hiding ideas here. Wow, you've got the gingerbread house, lollipops, and a bunch of other spots too. But to be real, I still haven't decided where exactly to go. There are a lot of options, but picking just one isn't that easy. This time I want to experiment a bit, and I'm gonna try disguising myself as Icing with sprinkles and hide right here. Just as a test, I wanna see how effective this strategy actually is, staying in a prone position inside a tight spot. I'm curious whether it really works or not. Guys, I want to say something. While editing, I realized that the best hiding spots here are actually under a cookie, or even under the Christmas tree. There, you're genuinely way harder to spot. And the spot I'm using right now, it's not bad, but I still stand out a bit. If I had hidden under a cookie, I think it would have been way better and less obvious, but whatever. I'm still gonna follow through with this idea. I'll try to recreate the icing and sprinkles texture as closely as possible, even though I'm not sure it'll turn out perfectly. Although, from a distance, it actually does look almost unnoticeable. Well, the search has begun. I just hope I don't get found first, because that would be insanely frustrating. This is a super dangerous moment. Oh my god, there was another player disguised as a cake, standing just a couple steps away from me, and the hunter bow he had, that walked right past him and didn't notice a thing. Seriously? He didn't even stop, just walked by like we weren't even there. Guys, this is unreal. Oh my god. This guy's walking so confidently that I already feel like he's about to figure us out any second. And yeah, he walks right past me and actually notices me. Alright guys, another round, and we're back on this map again. But this time I want to hide a bit differently than usual. Last time we already tried camouflaging ourselves on the chalkboard, and now I've got an idea that's a bit more unconventional. I think you already get where this is going. I want to hide on the exit sign. Honestly, it's a pretty creative idea, but maybe not the most reliable for hiding. Still, creativity wins sometimes, so let's try to pull it off. Alright, let's pick the right paint and start drawing the sign. By the way guys, there's an important tip for good camouflage. If you want to hide effectively, you should always check yourself from different angles, because sometimes from one angle everything looks perfect, but from another you're basically in plain sight. So yeah, this is kind of a pro tip for newer players. Always look at your hiding spot from multiple sides. I actually forget about this myself sometimes. Like right now, for example, I didn't really account for the lower and side angles. From this view, it looks pretty solid, but that doesn't mean I'm not visible from other directions, so it's important to double check everything. Overall, I think it turned out pretty good. Yeah, if you look closely, you can definitely spot me, but still, let's see whether they find me or not. Alright, he's walking straight toward us and acting really weird. And he gets closer, even closer, and starts shooting. Wait, what? Guys, you're not gonna believe this? There was another player in the exact same spot as me, also disguised as an object. I honestly don't even know what to say. And then I see in the chat, elimination of 2 players, me and someone else. So what even was that? Honestly, it feels like a crazy coincidence, but yeah, apparently things like this actually happen in this game. Alright guys, we've already been on this map. It's the one we started with, and we're ending the day on it too. This is going to be the final camouflage of today. I've got a couple of ideas for hiding spots, and I think I already know the place. I've tried to camouflage here before, but I accidentally pressed the wrong button and just fell down and couldn't get back up after that. Anyway, as you probably guessed, I want to hide on the ceiling right on the graffiti. Honestly, I think it's a pretty solid idea. Let's see if I can actually pull it off this time. Alright, let's start the camouflage. First, I'll use the main brown color to match the wall as closely as possible, and then I'll work on all the details with the lines. Basically, I need to recreate the brick pattern here. All the lines, the gaps between the bricks, and if possible, the texture of the wall itself. The texture will definitely be the hardest part, but it's still worth trying. Alright guys, I finished the camouflage, and honestly, I think it turned out really well. But, you know, right now I've got more questions than answers. Seriously, how does this even happen? I had literally just finished camouflaging myself, and the very next second, a player showed up and instantly found me. How? Seriously, how? Now, if I had done a bad job hiding, that would be one thing. No questions there. But honestly, I think I hid pretty well, especially considering how many other players were still on the map. I only have one theory. Maybe they heard the sound of my brush while I was painting and used that to figure out my location. I can't say for sure since I haven't been playing this game for that long myself. So guys, make sure to let me know in the comments if you've ever experienced something like this and whether other players can actually hear the brush sound. I'd be really interested to read your thoughts. And that's it for today. Thanks to everyone who watched all the way to the end. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Thanks again, and see you soon.